Hit that like button right now. If you're into real drama, wild family feuds, and the truth behind those picture-perfect headlines, make sure to subscribe and check out the videos already on the channel. Because what's happening next is no joke. The Beckham family drama just exploded, and things are getting way deeper than anyone imagined. Brooklyn Beckham, the firstborn son, has finally spoken out, and his message is shaking the image his famous parents, David and Victoria Beckham, built over the years. Brooklyn didn't just post a random note. His emotional Instagram statement hit hard, tearing down the polished front and revealing what really went down at his wedding. The moments he described had guests whispering, jaws dropping, and everyone wondering what was actually going on behind the scenes.
Yes, I was the DJ at the wedding. It wasn't a one-day wedding, it was a 3-day wedding. I did the welcome party, then I did the wedding, and then I did a brunch on the Sunday, which was the most awkward part of it all, because everything that had gone on the actual wedding night was discussed.
According to close sources, Victoria's behavior on stage shocked the crowd, especially a dance she shared with Brooklyn that made more than just him uncomfortable. People in the room were left stunned, and now those private details are spilling into the public eye. What should have been the happiest night of his life turned into a turning point that Brooklyn says changed everything between him and his family. That one night, he claims, is the reason he's stepping back for good. In this video, we're uncovering everything: what really happened at Brooklyn Beckham's wedding, what pushed him to finally speak up, and the real reason he's walking away from the Beckham spotlight once and for all on January 19th. Things are about to get intense.
There was no, I'm not allowed to say slut dropping, but I'm going to say it. There was no slut dropping. There was no black cat PVC cat suits. There was no Spice Girl action.
Brooklyn dropped a long, emotional post on social media, and wow, he didn't hold back. He laid it all out from his perspective, breaking down what went wrong with his parents, why he's finally done keeping quiet, and how he plans to move forward after years of feeling trapped under family pressure. His statement began with the words, "I have been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private for my entire life." That opening alone had everyone's attention. He went on to say that his parents have always controlled the story the world sees about their family. According to Brooklyn, he's personally witnessed the lengths they'll go to plant fake stories in the media, twisting the truth and hurting innocent people just to keep up their perfect image. He said it loud and clear, "But I believe the truth always comes out." That line hit like a bombshell.
So what happened was, this is what happened, guys, right? So basically, Mark Anthony was performing on stage. He then called Brooklyn onto stage. Brooklyn went onto the stage where the next minute, everyone was expecting it to be Nicola to go up and do the first dance. And then Mark Anthony asks the most beautifulest woman in the room to come to the stage. And then he says, "Victoria, come to the stage."
But Brooklyn didn't stop there, not even close. After breaking his silence, he started recalling major moments from his past that he says completely shifted the way he views his parents. The story starts back at his 2022 wedding to Nicola Peltz, and according to him, the issues didn't just pop up that day, they'd been brewing for years. Brooklyn claimed his parents had been interfering in his personal relationships long before the ceremony, and by the time his big day came around, the tension had already hit its peak. Just days before he and Nicola were set to say "I do" in Palm Beach, Florida, Victoria Beckham suddenly announced she wouldn't be making Nicola's wedding dress after all. This happened at the very last minute, even though she'd been excited about it for months. The move left Nicola scrambling to find another gown in record time, dealing with serious stress while the whole world was watching. Things behind the scenes were already messy, but this move made it way worse. When the dress drama first hit the headlines, Nicola tried to clear the air, telling Variety that she went with Valentino Couture instead of Victoria Beckham design because she realized that her atelier couldn't do it. On the surface, that sounded like a simple mix-up, but Brooklyn's new statement hints that things behind the scenes were way more complicated than anyone thought. In his Instagram post, Brooklyn made it clear that this entire situation went far beyond a wedding dress. He revealed that his parents had been trying to control every part of his life for years, from who he dated to the direction of his career, and even down to his daily choices. According to him, every step he took was being managed, watched, and molded to fit the image they wanted. That's not just strict parenting, that's full-on control.
So Victoria's by the stage, she goes onto the stage. And of course, at that point, Brooklyn's like suddenly literally devastated because he thought he was going to do his first dance with his wife. Then Nicola leaves the room crying her eyes out. Brooklyn's stuck there on stage. And then they do this dance and Mark Antony's like, go, put your hands on your mother's hips.
Brooklyn said he never really had a say in his own path, and when he finally made one major decision for himself, choosing his partner, his parents' pushback went from subtle to intense. He described the pressure as non-stop, like he was constantly being pulled back into a version of his life that wasn't truly his. And then there's the bombshell detail that made everyone's eyebrows shoot up. Back in 2016, Victoria reportedly registered Brooklyn Beckham as an EU trademark. Yep, his actual name. Many see that as proof that his identity was being branded and managed long before he ever spoke out publicly. But Brooklyn's claims go even deeper. He says the Beckham family didn't just see their kids as family, they saw them as valuable brands to maintain. And when Brooklyn finally started taking control of his own life, that's when the energy shifted. He says the support faded fast, replaced by strategy and image management. Things were no longer about love, they were about control and reputation. Brooklyn dropped another shocking claim. He said his own family tried to strip him of the Beckham name altogether. That move alone stunned everyone, especially those who believed that for the Beckhams, family would always come before business. But according to Brooklyn, that wasn't the case at all. He alleged that Victoria struggled to accept his marriage to Nicola Peltz, believing that no one should come between her and her son. From his side, jealousy and control started to mix, turning family moments into full-blown tension that only got worse as the wedding drew near. In his statement, Brooklyn revealed that both David and Victoria actually tried to stop Nicola from using the Beckham family name. He wrote, "Weeks before our big day, my parents repeatedly pressured and attempted to bribe me into signing away the rights of my name, my wife, and our future children." That line had fans completely speechless.
He went on to explain that the timing of all this wasn't random, it was planned. Brooklyn claimed his parents were determined to get his signature before the wedding because once he said, "I do," the deal would automatically kick in. He added, "They were adamant on me signing before my wedding date because then the terms of the deal would be initiated. My holdout affected the payday, and they have never treated me the same since." Those words painted a very different picture of what was happening behind the scenes. But things didn't calm down after the ceremony, not even close. Brooklyn said another shocking moment went down at the reception. He and Nicola made a thoughtful decision to seat both of their grandmothers at the main table, wanting to honor them since both had lost their husbands. Meanwhile, David and Victoria were still seated at important tables nearby, but that didn't seem to ease the tension. According to Brooklyn, emotions exploded that night. He even claimed, "My mom went so far as to call me evil." That's a word that left everyone stunned. And Brooklyn insists that what happened that night didn't just end there. The tension carried on long after the wedding lights went out. Brooklyn revealed that even the night before his wedding, things turned painfully personal. He said members of his own family told him something that cut deep, that Nicola was not blood and not family. Those words, according to him, hit like a punch to the gut right before one of the biggest days of his life. And it didn't stop there. Brooklyn claimed that even the wedding day itself spiraled into chaos. What should have been a beautiful private moment turned into one of the most talked about scenes of the entire night. In his statement, Brooklyn finally broke his silence on the dance incident that's been blowing up online for months. He explained that his first dance with his new wife, a romantic, intimate moment they had planned together, got completely derailed in front of a packed crowd. Brooklyn wrote, "My mom hijacked my first dance with my wife." That one sentence alone sent shockwaves across social media. He detailed how singer Mark Anthony called him onto the stage, where, according to the schedule, he was supposed to share that first dance with Nicola. But when he got there, his mom was waiting instead. Brooklyn said the whole thing instantly felt wrong, describing it as awkward and deeply uncomfortable. He stated, "She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I've never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my entire life." Guests reportedly didn't know how to react, and the energy in the room completely shifted. That single moment didn't just stun everyone there, it sparked a massive storm of speculation online. Some fans now believe Victoria's behavior that night might have come from years of built-up tension, possibly linked to the old rumors about David Beckham's alleged infidelity, which at once cast a shadow over their marriage. Those rumors, later addressed publicly by David and Victoria themselves, might have left wounds that never fully healed, and according to Brooklyn, that pain came spilling out on his wedding day. In the Netflix documentary Beckham, David opened up about one of the darkest times in his life, while Victoria spoke honestly about the pain and resentment she carried back then. But now, all eyes are on someone who actually saw the infamous wedding moment happen live, the event's own DJ, Fat Tony. He was right next to the stage when everything went down, and now that Brooklyn's sharing his side of the story, eyewitnesses like Tony are backing it up, forcing everyone to look at that innocent moment in a completely new light. Witnesses say the tension that night wasn't hidden at all, it was obvious. People standing near the stage could clearly see how uneasy things got, not just for Brooklyn but Nicola too. The DJ, Fat Tony, reportedly saw the whole thing play out from just a few feet away, and he said it was clear that both of them looked deeply uncomfortable. Their faces told the whole story, tight smiles, nervous glances, like they just wanted the moment to be over already. According to Tony, this wasn't just about one awkward dance, it was symbolic of something way deeper. He suggested that what happened on that stage represented years of bottled-up tension, blurry family boundaries, and emotional walls finally cracking in front of the world. That one dance turned into a public display of everything that had been simmering behind closed doors for years. For many fans and insiders, Brooklyn's statement feels like a major turning point. It's the first time anyone directly tied to the Beckham family has ever spoken so openly about what allegedly happens away from the cameras. And for a family that spent decades perfecting their public image, that's a big deal. The Beckhams have faced rumors for years, from whispers about David's alleged affairs to speculation about cracks in the marriage. But now, with Brooklyn stepping up and witnesses speaking out, the story is being retold in a whole new way. This isn't just gossip anymore, it's family history unfolding in real time. Even though those old rumors were never fully confirmed, Brooklyn's explosive statement brought them roaring back into the spotlight. Suddenly, people were asking questions they'd been whispering about for years, and according to those close to the situation, this is just the beginning. Sources claim Brooklyn isn't done talking yet. He's reportedly gearing up to reveal even more, including his version of long-hidden family conflicts, twisted media stories, and secrets he believes were buried to keep that flawless Beckham image intact. Just last week, Brooklyn Beckham made a major announcement. He's working on a tell-all book. Insiders say this upcoming release will finally lay everything out from his point of view. No filters, no spin. Word is, this project has the Beckham camp seriously nervous. In the world of celebrity branding, one major revelation can flip an entire reputation upside down, and some insiders believe Brooklyn's story could permanently change how people see the Beckham family. According to Brooklyn supporters, none of this drama would ever go public if his parents had been willing to actually listen and adjust their ways. DJ Fat Tony, who's been vocal since the wedding incident, said Brooklyn's statement didn't surprise him at all. He revealed that Brooklyn had tried more than once to handle everything privately, reaching out to his parents and hoping they'd finally hear him out, but every attempt hit a wall.
From Tony's perspective, Brooklyn felt cornered and unheard. After trying again and again to fix things behind closed doors, he eventually realized that speaking out was the only way left to reclaim his voice and take control of his own story. Meanwhile, insiders say the Beckham camp is already getting ready to respond, but they're doing it in typical Beckham fashion, carefully and strategically. Unlike Brooklyn, David and Victoria are reportedly staying silent on social media for now, keeping their reactions private while their team works behind the scenes. Whatever's coming next, it's clear this family drama is far from over. For a lot of people watching this drama unfold, the fallout didn't exactly come out of nowhere. Not long after the wedding chaos, Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz quietly held a second ceremony, a private vow renewal with no parents or extended family invited. According to those close to the couple, it wasn't a petty move, but a deeply emotional one. They reportedly felt that their first wedding had been clouded by too much tension, too many eyes, and way too much drama. This time, they just wanted peace, a moment that felt safe, calm, and real. But once news of that second ceremony hit the public, opinions split fast. Critics were quick to speak out, claiming Brooklyn should have just stayed quiet, that he's ruining the Beckham name and should be grateful for the life his parents gave him. Others, though, see it completely differently. Supporters argue that Brooklyn doesn't owe anyone silence, especially not for the sake of keeping up a perfect image. They believe he's got every right to speak his truth, even if it makes people uncomfortable. And that's exactly what's shaking public opinion right now. To some, Brooklyn isn't tearing down the Beckham legacy, he's the first one brave enough to stop protecting it. He's finally saying out loud what others have only whispered about for years. The Beckham brand has always been built around flawless family unity, grateful kids, global fame, matching outfits, and a level of discipline that looked picture-perfect from the outside. But behind that polished image, Brooklyn claims there was something darker, a focus on control, power, and reputation that always came before real family connection or personal boundaries. And that revelation is hitting hard because it challenges everything people thought they knew about Britain's most glamorous family. Even in the Netflix series Beckham, David and Victoria addressed the long-standing cheating rumors that have haunted their marriage for years. And now, with Brooklyn's words shaking things up, the public's starting to wonder how much more has been hidden behind that spotless image. Even though David and Victoria denied any wrongdoing, many viewers couldn't help but feel that their explanations in the Netflix documentary raised more questions than they answered. Victoria even admitted that during that painful chapter, she built up serious resentment toward her husband, a confession that cracked the picture-perfect image fans had believed in for decades. Those raw moments made people stop and wonder what life inside the Beckham home was really like. And it didn't stop there. For years, stories have floated around about David's priorities during that era, including claims that he missed key family milestones while keeping a busy social life alongside big-name celebrities like Jennifer Lopez. Whether every detail is true or not, those accounts have fueled an ongoing conversation about imbalance inside the Beckham family dynamic. Behind the glam, fame, and perfect smiles, the cracks are finally showing. But let's be real. This isn't just about one awkward dance or one emotional Instagram post. It's about years of pressure, blurred lines, and a perfectly polished public image that may have come at a serious personal cost. Brooklyn speaking out didn't start the drama. He just ripped the cover off what was already boiling underneath. And now, with his tell-all book reportedly on the horizon, one thing's clear. This story is nowhere near finished. The world's about to hear a whole new side of the Beckham legacy. If you're ready to stay ahead of the fallout, hear every new twist as it drops, and get the real story behind celebrity life without the PR filter, then don't miss out. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about the Beckham family drama? And don't forget to share this video so everyone can see just how wild this story's getting. This saga's only heating up, and you'll want to be here for every shocking update.